Welcome to the salesinterns.com. I personally missed you. We're here today for something very special. We're doing training because our sales interns need it. But we brought in an expert, a friend, Kylie Charleston. Nice to have you on the salesinterns.com.
Thank you, James.
You're looking fabulous, by the way.
Well, I thank you.
And you're married, okay, Ken?
Yeah.
Just so we know. What are you going to share with them today?
Okay. Human behavior. And what's that got to do with selling, you ask?
Like problems? Like,
what does that have to do with selling?
Yes.
It's the basis of communication. And you know, a common mistake that so many salespeople make is they come into a sales situation and rather than read the situation and adapt communication, they just yippity yip yip yip.
Talk themselves out of it.
Yeah, it's a common thing to do because we get so excited about what we're selling and how we're selling it that it can get carried away. So we're going to touch on some human behavior issues.
Yeah, I know I've done that myself, sort of talk myself out of, sales.
Yeah.
But I know you've done it at the bar with the ladies, so Ken, take note.
Well, listen up, Ken, because we'll teach you how to close the deal.
Yes. All right, we're going to throw it over to the training. Thanks for stopping in. You might learn a thing or two as well. Take care.
So just as Jace was saying there, communication is my background, but it wasn't always. Initially, I worked in hardcore sales, and fresh off the boat from Australia to England, my first job was on a shopping channel. You've seen it with the little headpiece and it slices, it dices, it mixes, it minces. It's every household gadget that you do not need in your house and is guaranteed to break in the first 24 hours. But wait, there's more. So I left that a little bit, jaded with it and just going, if another person yells at me in a public place, it's hard on the confidence. And when I realised that, okay, that's one way of selling. And it was without training, it was without any understanding around it. It was just simply, let's throw mud at the wall with numbers and see what sticks. So 15 years later, after selling the minces, slices, dices, I was working with a brand marketing agency with some of the world's biggest brands like Coca-Cola, Oracle, Nestle, developing marketing and brand strategies for them and selling that on a complete intangible, selling an emotion. Over a period of 6 weeks, I experienced a thing called otosclerosis, where the little eardrum, the piston that hits your eardrum, very quickly atrophies. So I had gone from full hearing and capability, my dollar-making value, and my hearing, my communication was how I made money. I went from full hearing to less than 10% in a space of 6 weeks. So that was 8 years ago, and it started my study and interest in human behaviour. Because if I can't hear what's going on, it was like, how else am I going to pick up what's happening with this person in a sales situation? And the more I started to learn about this, the sales just kept going up and up and up. And in the first 3 months after I had started an interest in adapting how I was approaching a sales situation, we sealed an additional 1.6 million in 90 days. Because we all experience the world in different ways. Yet in behavioural psychology, we can narrow that down to 5 main ways that we experience the world. To be either highly stimulated by visuals, to be highly stimulated by what we hear, to get a gut feeling on things, and also to sort of have a little chat in our head about things, to weigh things up. So what we're going to do today is we're going to touch on a few little key things about human behaviour, and particularly in the way that people communicate.
Guess what? Kylie gets paid God loads of money to do this. Except today. Thank you. Kylie, how'd it go?
Awesome.
Was it awesome?
It was awesome. You've got amazing talent in here. You know, I don't want to be the one that has to sit back and pick who's going to be the head salesperson after this.
Oh, that's a tough job. But
You wouldn't be willing to wager, bet?
Well, actually, I would, but I don't think I want that recorded on camera.
She's the expert.
I can't say it. A secret squirrel conversation for later.
A secret squirrel conversation. It must be Australian.
It is.
You have squirrels in Australia?
We don't.
They're
They
called
adapt to
kangaroos. They're over there.
Or like igloos or something.